What's up? In this video, I'm going to be showcasing the Ghost KORASHI bloodline in SHINDO Life Roblox. And this is a really nice bloodline. I really enjoy using it. But other than that, let's get into the video. Alrighty, so first, let's go over the Ghost KORASHI moveset, alright? So we have 3 moves and then a C-Spec. The C-Spec, I believe, has 2 modes. I'm not quite sure, though. The first move is KORASHI style Motor Slam. Second move is KORASHI style Motor Meteor. And the third move is KORASHI style Motor Implode, right? So the first move, you kind of get on this motorbike, you kind of drive around. If you hit anything, obviously, it'll chain up. But other than that, it's a nice movement move. The second move is your KORASHI style Motor Meteor, alright? So if you pop it like so, you kind of get on a motor, and when you click, you can attack. But other than that, you can kind of just drive around, and then obviously you'll do a final meteor attack where you'll do around 27k damage, and then finally you've got your KORASHI style Motor Implode. So if you pop this move, you hop on your motorbike, and you kind of drive around with the chain, kind of whipping it everywhere, dealing high damage as well as, I believe, a burn effect, and then finally, obviously, you explode, and then you have a C-Spec, just, it kind of looks like so, alright. I think there's only one mode to the C-Spec, alright. But it looks really nice, and I'm going to show you the moves of the C-Spec later on in the video. But if we get started now into the first move, a little more in depth on some AIs. Alright, so if we pop the first move again, you can kind of just drive around. And if you hit someone, they'll obviously get chained up, kind of like the Azarashi bloodline. But other than that, you know, they just kind of sit kind of still. And obviously the motorbike goes away when you've done that. But yeah, that's pretty much the first style, or the first move. The Ghost KORASHI bloodline. Here it is just one more time. You can pop it like so. As you can see, when you touch someone, they'll get chained up. But moving on to the second move, alright, we have the Ghost KORASHI style Motor Meteor. Alright, so if we pop it like so, as you can see, you'll hop on that motorbike, and then after about 5 seconds or so, you kind of jump up and then hit the ground again. So that should happen, yeah, right now. And as you can see, everyone will get chained up, and they'll deal decent damage. Not a ton, though. You know, it's a decent move, however, definitely not my favorite out of the bloodline. And yeah, you get chained up, and they're on 27k damage, so not a ton. Here it is one more time. Alright, I don't know what's happening here, but I've been KO'd, and I'm just kind of lying on the ground, so I'll see you in a second. But yeah, that's pretty much the second move, the KORASHI style Motor Meteor. And then finally, we have our third move, KORASHI style Motor Implode. So if we pop it like so, you kind of hop on that motorbike, and you kind of drive around with the chain on. Making everybody burn as well as kind of get chained up. And then finally, you explode, dealing decent damage, but overall, just also not a great move. The C-Spec, I believe, is probably the best part of this bloodline. But yeah, that's the third move. Alright, now let's move on to the C-Spec, which I believe is kind of the coolest part of this bloodline. I'm gonna finish this guy off real quick. And yeah, let's equip this C-Spec, alright? So if we hold down C, I believe you need level 600 to equip this, but once you have equipped it, you look like this, alright? You kind of look like Ghost Rider, which I believe is what this bloodline is based off of, maybe. But you have that kind of chain around your torso, and you have decent stat boost, right? It is a C-Spec, so it should have a decent amount of stat boost, right? So you have 2600 Chi, 2400 Ninjutsu, 2800 Taijutsu, and 2500 HP, which, if you're max level, puts your stats out to a pretty high amount, alright? You know, gets your stats really high. But if we pop our C-Spec just like so, what happens is you kind of whip this chain around, dealing around 26k damage, and then obviously there is quite a long cooldown for that, so I wouldn't spam it. And then I believe you might have a Q-Spec on this bloodline. I'm not sure. There you are. There's your Q-Spec. You kind of whip a chain around and then teleport to the person nearest you. But overall, I'd say this bloodline is decent. Like, you do have a decent amount of moves here to work with. Although this is really probably good with combos. Like, a lot of these moves are great for combos and stuff like that, because you can kind of just pop them one after the other without really, you know, much hand signs or anything. If we look at our second or C-Spec again, you whip that chain around, and then our Q-Spec, you kind of throw a chain and then teleport to someone. And then obviously you have a special type of combat. So when you're fighting, you actually whip a chain around just like so, dealing around 12k damage per hit, probably as much as an Akuma would. And yeah, that's pretty much the Ghost KORASHI bloodline in a short little video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, just leave a like and subscribe, because it helps the channel out a ton. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day, and bye.